When I logged into Toastmasters website and took the survey on the speech, what I am going to give, that is the pathways, the AI of Toastmasters gave me a topic which is called as the dynastic leadership. I was quite happy because the content for dynastic leadership is quite easy. Just skim through all the headlines of newspapers, you get to know of so many dynasties which are happening in this election era. But my happiness was short-lived because when I wear my specs and found it was not dynastic leadership but dynamic leadership. Fellow Toastmasters and all the pathway aspirants, a very good morning to one and all present here.
Good morning.
I wanted to know how do I prepare for dynamic leadership. What I did was that I wanted to go to Kitab Khana and get some books so that I can prepare for dynamic leadership. Isn't that right? How many ways to go to Kitab Khana from Mahindra, the Kandivali side? It can be by train, bus, a walk, a marathon, your own vehicle, or the Uber's surge pricing, which is sometimes costlier than the 6 months we pay for Toastmasters. I chose to go through the train because that was not just the inexpensive way, but that was also the fastest way to go. When I went to Malad, when the train reached Malad, I found a beggar with a monkey. He was conversing well with the monkey and influencing people to pay for the food of that monkey. I was stunned because there were a lot of people who were in their own mobiles when that monkey was controlling them, but this guy is controlling a monkey altogether completely different. What a wonderful guy this guy is. Slowly when the train was moving towards Dadar, I was stunned to see that 5 blind men got into the train, exactly into the disabled compartment. I found that the first guy leading the other blind people was also blind. I got to know from my co-passengers that they have not had an error even once. They exactly get into the disabled compartment. I asked how. They said that these people have standardized their process, standardized their footsteps, that they get exactly into the cabin. And every day, not just one guy, they take turns in leading them, which is collaborating themselves to get into the bogies. I was stunned to know that what a wonderful team is this. Well, I got down in CST station. I saw a lady who was selling peanuts. You know how she was selling? She gets into the general cabin. She says, time pass, 10 rupees, time pass, 10 rupees, she says. When she went to the first class cabin, she said that this is a diet plan for 10 rupees. A diet plan for 10 rupees. When she moved into the ladies' cabin, I found this is an energy bar for 10 rupees. Energy bar for 10 rupees. I was really happy to see that this lady is being proactive and she is thinking the end before she starts her journey. As I moved slowly to Kitab Khana and asked those guys, what is that book you are recommending for dynamic leadership? The person there gave me a lot of books to read. When I was about to take some books, the first book which came to my mind was How to Influence People by Dale Carnegie. When I was skimming those books, it clearly said that you should be away from social media. You can strike a conversation with anyone. You will have to ensure that you sell the idea to others. Hang on. Was this not that monkey beggar doing this on train in Malad? I think yes. The second book was a book called Drive. Drive said that you will have to standardize all the processes in this world. You have to wake up on time, you should sleep on time, you should know you have to go on work for a time, and you should have collaborative leadership. You should know everything what the team does. Don't you remember the Dadar blind people doing this? I think yes, they were also doing the same thing. Finally, there was one more book which is called, as I'll tell you the name in a while. That book said that you should be proactive in your approach. You should know how to deal with things. You should change your stance as the environment changes. And you should also be interested in knowing what the others want. The title of the book was 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. wasn't that peanut lady doing the same thing? What I found was that when there are a lot of books, Google, searches, articles, magazines for dynamic leadership, I would wish to say that if I have to prepare for my pathways of dynamic leadership, I will have to see the people right in front of me, the things which are happening in front of me, and draw lessons from what is happening right in front of my eyes. Nevertheless, what is written in book is important, while what is there amongst all the people right in front of our eyes is something which is going to be dynamic leadership. So from now on, my idea of dynamic leadership is not just one person reading a book or asking somebody else. It is to notice each and every person, creature, non-living creature, and how does it react to the environment. I would end up by saying that dynamic is a noun, which is a force which helps us to change, and leadership is not just the end but a journey. What a wonderful experience I had from Kandivali to Kitab Khana. Over to you.